Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Feelinks. This is published by Social Sloths and Great Fox Games. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see our videos as they come out.
This is kind of like a family team building kind of a game where you're guessing each other's emotions and how you're, what are you feeling about certain interactions and certain scenarios that happen to each other. You get to score points based on how accurate your guesses are. Should I teach them? I teach them lots, though.
I don't think you should teach them.
Are you going to teach them?
Yeah, sure.
Bethany's now going to teach you how to play Feelinks.
All right, everybody, this is going to be a very quick overview of what Feelinks looks like. So there's going to be a board with 8 different cards all around them. They're all going to represent a different emotion. This one is disgust, there's shock, compassion, and so forth. So what's going to happen is the master of emotions, basically the first player, gets to read a scenario. Let's choose your friend's parents allow them to have a TV in the bedroom. So what you do is around this board, you take your cards. You have a set of cards that have 1 through 8 on them, and then also a double card on that. And you choose which of these best suits you in that situation. So I would put maybe 6. So I'm going to guess 6. So I'm going to place that down. And then I'm going to try and guess my partner what they would have guessed. So I'm going to guess that my partner guessed 4. So I'm also going to lay that down. 6 is sadness, 4 is shock. So what we're going to do is after everybody plays their cards, we're going to reveal them. And then if my partner and I match up, we can get anywhere from 1 to 3 points. So if I guess them correctly, I get a point. If they guess me correctly, they get a point. If we guess each other correctly, we each get 3 points. And then it goes up on the board right there. So you play until in a larger group, everybody at least has 1 chance to be the master of emotions. And if you have a 3-player group, then you play at least so everybody can be the master of emotions once. You can also exchange. As you see, there's symbols on here. That's an X, an X, an X. You can take one of these out and then replace it from the similar shaped deck.
I have taken over. Just for this little bit. So this is how big the review is. This is how time you get to be in it. Maybe I'll pop out. But I don't know.
How does that make you feel?
Victorious!
I'm not sure that's one of the cards in the game, but maybe. All right, this is your show. What are you going to tell everybody?
All right, now enough of that. We're going to be doing about Feelinks, the most amazing game in the world. My favorite part is when you guess. Like, you guess what the other person is going to do. And if you get it right, you get a point. And then it's just so cool. I like the art. I like the art.
Oh, interesting. How does the art make you feel?
I don't think that's really a feeling of when you look at something.
Inspired? Yeah. So when you play this, is this something, a game that you think that families would have a good time playing together?
I think everybody should like it.
All right, any last thoughts?
Play this. Play it.
Okay.
Woo! Bye-bye.
Well, that was interesting.
I have different opinions on one aspect of what she said. We'll get to that in a
I
bit.
have a feeling that I agree with you.
You have a feeling.
I have a feeling.
You have a feeling about Feelinks.
So there was a game when I was a kid that was called The Ungame, and it was this kind of weird game where you asked each other certain scenarios, and then everybody kind of got out there and they talked about what they would do in those circumstances, what they would do in those certain scenarios, and it got people opened up and talking. But it was a little weird. It was kind of nebulous, kind of open-ended. I think it was, very much a tool to get families talking and that kind of thing that don't normally talk or maybe aren't good at it quite yet.
Did I ever tell you I made my neighbors play this game with me?
The end game?
Yes.
They were probably like,
It was just as awkward as you're describing it. And I was like all about it. And my poor neighbor, like, yeah.
So this game does something similar, but not in as cringy of a way, right? So what's happening is you get a chance to get people talking and guessing their emotions. You get a chance to open up about it a little bit, but there's a goal in mind. There's a task at hand that you're trying to get more points. So you're trying to guess accurately. You're trying to, explain why you thought that certain way. So you accomplish the same goal. You get people opened up and talking about these emotions, these feelings, but not in so much. It's in a gamified way that's much more, palatable.
Yeah.
As opposed to this kind of weird nebulous thing.
Yeah, you're trying to read other people and what they would do.
Yeah, it's almost like you can spin it as like a poker kind of a thing, right? You're trying to read the players or whatever.
Yeah, and this was, I thought, really enjoyable to play in a family setting. It was so much fun to see what our daughter would choose in the different scenarios. And sometimes I wonder if there's a little lack of self-awareness. Maybe not. Maybe not. This could be completely genuine with what she chose. But it was just really interesting to see, the same situation would be brought up and all three of us chose different emotions for it. And it's like, really? How can there be this vast array of responses to this? But, there is.
And that was nice, too, because then you got a chance to explain why you chose that thing, which is, kind of really the point of the game, right? This is that's really the goal here. The goal is not to play a game to win or whatever. The goal is to open up those lines of communication. And there's 3 decks in the game. There's one that's like, for families, it says. There's one that's for younger kids. And there's one that says for friends. I'm guessing the friends one is more for friends of, like, let's say older kids. Let's say like a group of 9-year-olds play together or something like that. I don't think it's like for our friends necessarily. I don't think that, like, I don't know if you can tell it. I don't think that, like, any of my friends are going to, like, look at our game shelf and be like, let's play that one right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so the artwork, it really creeps me out, okay? Like,
it's terrifying.
Just show them that kid. He's like, oh my gosh. And I understand that the artwork is here to depict a full array of emotions. And then I get that. And they do that. It's just, they're all subtly scary to me. So it's just like, I don't know. That's just a Bethany thing, though. As you heard earlier, our daughter really liked the artwork.
Yeah.
She actually heard us practicing when we were talking about this, and I was going to say all of us, and she was like, "No, I liked it.
I like it."
So that wasn't a everybody thing. That was just a Bethany thing.
So at the end of the day, what this game is a system for getting families and friends, kind of, of younger kids, opening up to one another and talking about these emotional issues with a goal in mind. Yeah. And I think that it's extremely successful in that. This would be great for, like, I don't know if therapy is quite the right word, but maybe in that setting too would be really, really strong tool to use. So artwork aside, I think this was a really smart game for those things. It's not a typical board game. It's not a game where you are rolling dice and you're not playing to win. You can play to win, but in the meantime, you're going to go through this opportunity to discuss things together.
Well, thank you so much for watching it. You can find us in all the places. On Facebook, we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. On Instagram, we are Ryan and Bethany. And on Twitter, we are Ryan and Bethany 1.
Everybody be sure to stick around for the end for our Pounds and Inches segment. But until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around to the end of the episode for our Pounds and Inches segment. This is where we talk about what we're doing to do to be better people, as far as healthier people, both physically, emotionally, whatever it is. So this game was kind of perfectly tied in with that, right? But more than that, this year has been really difficult in terms of just a lot of challenges, right? A lot of uphill battles that we've had, a lot of headwinds. And everybody has vices, Everybody has vices. Maybe it's some bad things, some deconstructive things. My vice for a long time has been eating, right? I eat my feelings.
The good and the bad.
Yeah, and that's really true. I've really trained myself in a negative way to celebrate by eating. I'm depressed. Eat. I'm frustrated. Eat. I'm overwhelmed. Eat. I'm happy. Play a board game and then eat. Whatever it is. So this was really nice. Kind of, again, we talk about that kind of stuff. That we get to bring up topics like that with our 7-year-old, and it was. We've talked about. She obviously knows her dad's a big dude. It's not like she's unaware of that. But it was just kind of a good way to. She doesn't. I love her because she doesn't think of me as fat dad. She thinks of me as dad. You know what I mean? And so we got a chance to talk about that, and it's not healthy what I'm doing, and I'm going to try to do better. And she helps me with that sometimes. And our dad, are you sure you want that second helping? Leave me alone. No, but yeah. So yeah, that's me. I'm a feelings.
Feelinks.
I eat my feelings. What's your vice?
My vice?
Yeah, everyone's got a vice.
I don't know, sleeping.
Yeah, tea.
No,
tea's like the healthiest vice you can have.
No.
Coping mechanism.
No, it would probably be sleep. Just when your brain starts to shut down, then the self-preservation mode just has you sleep.
Yeah.
So sleeping is my vice.
Everybody in the comment section down below, let us know what are some healthy ways that you deal with stress and with all the feelings that you have going on, especially this year. Everybody, again, thanks for sticking around to the end. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.